Assalamu alaikum. Hi everyone. This is Teacher Ala, grade 7. This is the final revision for grammar. This is what we have covered during the first quarter. Let's start with types of sentences. As we studied before, we have 4 types of sentences. Let's start with the first one, declarative. What is a declarative sentence? A statement. A declarative sentence is a statement like, I have a basketball game tonight. I have a basketball game tonight. This is what a full meaningful sentences. I just finished reading that book. I just finished reading that book. It is also a declarative sentence. Now, number 2, interrogative. When we say interrogative sentence, it ends with a question mark, which basically it is a question. So when I say interrogative sentence, I mean a question sentence. So it starts with a capital letter and it ends with a question mark. Will you come to my game? Have you ever read this book? Now with the exclamatory. Exclamatory, it's like it starts with a capital and it ends with exclamation mark. It's expressed the strong feeling. So, like, we won the game. Wow, strong feeling. We won the game. This is the best book I've ever read in my life, for example. So also when I say wow, what a wonderful book. Imperative. This is the easiest one. Imperative is the sentence that starts with a verb, because it starts with a verb. It either represents a command or a request. So please come and watch my play. It's a request. Read this amazing book. And also the command, like when I say sit down, don't open the window. Now, in this exercise, they say the declarative sentence is a statement. An imperative is a sentence gives a command. Interrogative is a sentence asks question exclamatory sentence that expresses excitement. Now, here said write whether the sentence is what is a statement, gives a command, asks a question, expresses excitement. Write whether the statement is a declarative, imperative, interrogative, exclamatory. Let's start with the first one. Tennis, elimination table, tennis are recountable are type of racket sports. So this is what it is, a complete meaningful sentence. So this should be like all of this is a subject and it's a complete sentence and it gives statements. So this is a declarative. Another name for table tennis is ping pong, declarative. Now, for example, this one, which racket sport do you enjoy most? This should be like a question. It's because it's interrogative, because it starts with the capital and ends with the question mark. And the same thing goes for the rest. The last one is tell. Tell me starts with a verb, so this is, we call it imperative. This sentence is imperative. It's an imperative sentence because it starts with a verb. It's imperative. Okay, and this one it ends with exclamation mark, so it is a exclamatory. A question, interrogative because it starts with the capital and ends with the question mark. And same thing goes for the rest. Now in this exercise, he said identify sentences by purpose. By purpose. Write int if it is imperative, and write imp if it's a declarative. We'll start from here. Write dec if it is what? Declarative sentence. Write imp if it is for imperative, int for interrogative, and exe for exclamatory. Let's start with the first one. Mom, please get me a new movie while you are out. Okay, get a new movie while you are out. So this is a request. So as it's a request, so we call it what? Imperative. I will answer only two questions. What a great basketball movie that was. This one is supposed to be end with with exclamatory. Why? Because it shows excitement, the purpose. This one could end with a period. The last one, so this one interrogative, so int. Sorry, int. Now, how long will it take for your mother to return? How long will it take for your mother to return? This is supposed to be question mark because it starts with the capital and it's asking a question, so this is interrogative sentence. Oh, sorry, this one is a question. Yeah, this interrogative, the same. So we have two questions, int, so ending with this one. The last one, don't touch that hot pan. So this instruction or a command. So don't touch that hot pan is an imperative sentence. We don't have much time for explaining everything, so we'll do this exercise. In this exercise, he said underline complete subject once and a complete predicate twice. First, what is the subject? As I said before, if you want to identify the subject and the predicate, let's start with this one. Now, if I want to identify the subject, first I should identify the verb first. So in this sentence, the verb is are. A fool and his money are easily parted. So a fool and his money are is the verb. So what precedes a verb? All of it is a subject. It could be a simple subject or a compound subject like this one. So no time tide waits for no man. So waits is the verb. So first, if you want to answer the question whether the sentence is a subject or a predicate, first you should identify the verb. So this is the verb waits. What precedes the verb is a subject. Now in this exercise it says underline the subject once and the verb twice and the predicate twice. You should know one thing, that first identify the verb. For example, in this sentence, welcome is what? Is the verb. From the verb and to the end of the sentence, we call it a predicate. So this is the verb. What precedes a verb is the subject. Let's go to this one. For example, the baseball team had never won a championship in the history of our school. So where is the sentence? What is the verb in this sentence? So the baseball team had never won. So won is the verb. As we said, what precedes it, we call it what? A subject. Let me underline it. This is the subject. Won is the verb. So to the end of the sentence is the predicate. So here, during the season, the players and coaches worked hard. So in the whole sentence here, I like this example. So pay attention to this example, because most of the students confuse or panic when they see like a comma in the sentence. As I said before, first identify the verb. So during the season, the players and coaches worked hard. So worked is the verb. The verb and to the end is what? to the end of the sentence is the predicate, and what precedes the verb, we call it the subject. Okay, so and the same things goes for the rest. Even in this example, it's the same. Their dedication to the game was obvious. So where is the verb in the sentence? Their dedication to the game was obvious. So was is the verb. So what precedes the verb is the what? Subject. So the whole of this is subject, and the verb from the verb to the end of the sentence is the predicate. I hope that is clear. Among their greatest achievements was perfect attendance by each player. So in this sentence, was is the verb. So to the end of the sentence is a predicate, and what precedes the verb we call it the subject. In this exercise, also, people in this town may never again feel such pride and joy. So if we read the sentence again, people in this town may never again feel such pride and joy. So feel is the verb. So from the verb to the end of the sentence is the predicate, and what precedes the verb is the subject. Now identify simple subjects and verbs. What do they mean by simple subjects? The simple subject is the subject that doesn't have one of the fanboys. The fanboys is like fanboys. Fanboys, yes, fanboys. Let's see, the F stands for and the A stands for and the N stands for nor, and the B stands for but, the O stands for or, and the Y for yet, and the S for so. Now he said underline the simple subjects and verbs or verb phrases twice in the following sentences. So here it said what? So here became is the verb, and what precedes it is the subject. In this sentence, this amazing woman also wrote children's book. So wrote here is the verb. It says under twice, right? And what comes before, what precedes it, we call it a simple subject. Same here goes. In 1884, and same things go for the rest of the sentences. Let's do the last one. Yeah, here it explains before we start the second exercise. Compound subjects and yeah, compound subject. Example A1 and example 2. Let's start with this one. Compound subject, he said we have simple subject. What is a simple subject? Start with what? A fool. Here we call it compound because what is the verb in this sentence? Let's start with identifying the verb. The verb is are, and we said, as we said before, what precedes the verb is called a subject, whether a simple subject or compound subject. Now this one we call it compound because we have the coordinating conjunctions and. Let's go here to remember if the sentence if the subject and the subject what precedes the verb, if the subject that precedes the verb has one of these coordinating conjunctions, okay, so make no mistake, this is a compound subject. And if you see this example, a fool and his money, so and combined with two phrases, that's why we call it compound subject, and we have only one verb, and what precedes the verb, all of it we call it the subject. Now compound subject again. Time nor tide. Time nor tide waits for no man. So waits here is the verb. Time nor tide is the subject. Now let's go to compound predicate. As I said before, the compound predicate starts from the verb to the end of the sentence. If you see this sentence, the subject is the cat. And here, as you see, we have coordinating conjunctions, okay, or one of the fanboy's word. Say the cat chased and caught the mouse. So here we have two verbs. From the verb to the end of the sentence is the predicate. But because we have two verbs and they're divided by one of the fanboy's word, so this is a compound subject. Predicate, I'm sorry. Compound predicate because it has two verbs. Now compound predicate is the second one. Thomas Edison invented the light bulb and held over 10,000 patents for his inventions. Now the first verb is what? Invented. The second one is held. And both of them are divided by one of the fanboys word, and that is and. Now in this sentence it said use compound subjects and compound predicate. Let's identify them. Let's start from write your notes about the you live in a neighborhood. You have been on a long journey into space. On the lines below, write notes. Here he wants to write the notes, then show underline the combined subject and the object and the predicate. But here, inshallah, we have more examples. Let's explain this compound subjects and compound verbs. Let's start in this one from this example because we don't have much time. The bear and the badger hibernate in the winter. If you see here, where's the verb is hibernate, and what comes before the verb we call the subject, and they are divided by the fanboy's word, and so these two are subject, and they are compound subjects. Let's go to this one. Compound verb consists of yes. Remember here they said like if you see and or but and or but, here means it is a compound predicate when they are dividing the two verbs. Let's take this example first. Kim trained hard and then worked as a camp counselor. So he trained is the first verb and worked. So and then is combining these two verbs. The first verb is train, and what precedes the first verb is the subject. So now we have this verb and this verb, and they are combined by the word, and so this is a compound predicate. By the way, when we say compound predicate, from the first verb to the end of the sentence, is the predicate, and what precedes the verb is the subject. Now here in this exercise we will do only two. Nutrition and health are interesting topics. If you see here nutrition and health, let's first, as I said before, always try to identify the verb first. So the verb in this sentence is are. So what precedes the verb is the subject, and from the verb to the end of the sentence is the predicate. Here said circle the verb and underline the compound subjects. In this sentence, apples and oranges are, so are is the verb, and this one, oranges, apples and oranges, is the subject. compound subject. In this sentence, vitamin C and dietary fiber are found in apples. So the verb is are, and what precedes it is the compound subject. They're combined by the word that would be coordinating or fanboy's word and. Just for example, try to do this one. Example number 5. White eggs and brown eggs are equally nutritious. So, white eggs and brown eggs, the verb are, as I said, always try to identify the verb first. So you would circle this one. On your book, circle this one because it's the verb. And what precedes it, white eggs and brown eggs, are the compound subject. Now, identify compound subject in exercise 10. Identify compound verbs. In the following sentences, circle the verbs or verb phrases that pick up a compound verb and underline the subjects. Some people can operate. So, can operate is what is the verb, and some people exactly is the subject. And because here we have the word but, which is a word of coordinating conjunctions combining these two sentences. So this is the other sentence, or the second sentence. We have will not touch. Will is a verb and touch is the second verb. Let's do this exercise. It will be we'll do only this exercise. Look here, for example, the sun gives light and provides warmth. Okay, so let's try to identify the verb. The verb in the sentence gives. So circle gives. Sun, underline sun, because this is the subject. Now the sentence. Now, what is a sentence? The sentence is very easy. The sentence is a group of words that expresses a complete thought. This is the most important thing. A sentence begins with a capital letter, like this one, start with a capital letter, and ends with a period. Put a question mark like this one. Put an exclamation mark. Okay. Remember that the sentence contains a verb and a complement verb, an object. Let's start with the declarative sentence. Declarative sentence makes a statement. It is always followed by a period. For example, Shanti was elected class president 2 years in a row. Here are 2 more suggestions. Now, in an imperative sentence gives you a command or makes a request. It is usually followed by a period. A strong command is followed by an exclamation point. Now look here in this example, the subject of a command or a request always you, okay, because you are the listener. I say open your book. There is no need to say you open your book because I'm talking to you. So I say open your book, but you doesn't usually appear in the sentence. When you doesn't appear, it's called understood subject. You is the understood subject. You even when a person is addressed by a name. For example, I'm going to say you please shut the window. Okay, or you watch out. It's clear to say please shut the window or watch out. In an interrogative sentence, ask questions like how do you know my name? How do you know my name? So start with a capital and ends with a question mark. Do you live in Canada? Exclamatory, it's already capital and it ends with exclamation point. An exclamation point. Like, what an exciting soccer game that was. What a wonderful book. Actually, now we reach to the end of the grammar section. I will explain one of the exercises reading that you were giving as homework, and it could be in the exam. So let me do this. Welcome back to the reading section. In this exercise, in the story of Incredible Voyage by William, it was written by William. The author is William. This was your homework to do it, and I asked you to read it and to answer the questions. Starting with the, if you look at the reading, as I said before, always before you read, look at the picture and the captions. So it's the picture and read the captions at the same time. So looking at the picture and reading the captions help you to understand the story better. If you see here in this exercise, this reading section, you'll find each paragraph is numbered. So the paragraphs are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. After you finish reading, starting with the comprehension section, I will not read the questions. I'll just give you the correct answer in case you haven't sent me your homework and I haven't checked it for you. So in this exercise, Bill wanted to sail around the world because what? A, he was a famous sailor like Paul Cobb, or he made a promise as a boy that he would sail the world's oceans. He always liked sailing and buying and studying about geography and weather. So the correct answer is B. Number 2, the correct answer is B also. Number 3, the correct answer is B also. 4A, 5A, 6B, 7C, 8A, 9C. In this exercise, learn about the words. This is very important. So as I give you such a homework, you should practice, because this helps you to understand the new vocabulary from the context of itself. So if you practice doing this homework, by that time you will be able to guess the correct meaning of the word of the new vocabulary without looking it up in the dictionary. Okay, now in this exercise he said you can often tell the meaning of a word by reading the words around it. So when you encounter a difficult word, you can read the whole sentence. If you didn't get it, you can read the sentence after, or you start the sentence before. Look each number in the parentheses. Look at each number in the parentheses. Find the paragraph, the number. Like for example, this one alone. Go to paragraph number 1 and try to guess the meaning, to find the word that has the same meaning of alone. For example, in this exercise alone, go to paragraph number 1. So this is paragraph number 1. To sail solo around the world. So the word solo here, it means alone. Make it happen in paragraph 2. Make it happen in paragraph 2. Let's go to paragraph 2. See, to accomplish his dream. Okay, to accomplish his dream is what? Is the answer to make it happen. The same meaning of make it happen, to accomplish his dream, to make his dream come true. And number 3 is the correct answer is wrote for geography. 5. Instruct. 6. Imaginary. 8. Anxiously. So in this exercise, number 9, C. Number 10, B. Now study the word. 11. I don't have much time, so I'll just give you the answer. In this exercise, I'm sorry, let me read it. Study the word study. Many English words come from Latin language and contain Latin roots. For example, rupt, to break, as interrupt. Okay, so rupt in this word, it means to break. Viz, it means vision. Struct, it means to build in their language. Knowledge Latin roots will help you unlock the meaning of new words. Read sentence below the word in bold, okay, in bold color, in bold, which is dark, like this one. Type is a clue. It will help you to find the right Latin root to complete the partial word. Complete and write the word. In this exercise, the correct answer is, what is this? 11. Invisible. Number 12. Instructor. Number 13. Structure. Number 14. Ruptured. 15. Revise. 16. Disruption. 17. Abrupt. 18. Visibility. In this exercise, the correct answer is allowed. Allowed. 19. 20. Below. 21. Patience. 22. Bored. 23. Crows. Of course. 24. Rain. 25. Weight, like the weight. 26. Feet. And 27, the correct answer is F. 20 yes, 26 feet. 27 F, 28 F, 29 true T, 30 F, 31 F, 32 T, 33 T. And we reached to the end of the final revision. So prepare yourself for exam. Don't hesitate contacting me should you need any further information. This is Ala Hassan, English class, and I wish you the best. Goodbye.